Okay, what does it say here? I don't know what it says. You are life. I am right now life. Okay, we're going to talk about the habits of wealthy today. There are many habits of wealthy. If we acquire all of them, that's great. But if you acquire some of them, that's even great too. So one of the habits of the wealthy, if you're interested, is eating well, eating healthy. As you probably heard before, you are what you eat. It makes a big difference. Now, if you eat a lousy meal one time, you might not see a big difference, but over time, you will see your big difference in energy. Food you eat can develop illness after a while, diseases, and so it's really, really crucial to eat the right food for you. Certain food might not be good for you. It's a good idea to do a certain test. Now they do a certain test where they'll tell you what kind of food actually is not good for you. And there are some people who you might think that broccoli is good for you, which is good for almost everybody. But if you do that test, broccoli, for instance, might not be good for you. So really important to do that test to see what food is good for you and eat that. More likely, that will be good for you. The second thing the healthy people do is they keep fit. They're saying that 76%, according to the study, of people goes to gym and they take care of themselves. So they eat healthy and they stay fit. Very, very important. The third thing is that they sleep well. Of course, you hear that a lot lately, about almost pretty much everyone say that you need about 7-8 hours sleep. I don't know. I mean, that's what they said, but I think 6 for some people is good enough sleep. But again, it all depending on your situation. When you are doing well, you could feel if you're tired. If you sleep 6 hours and you're tired, you can function well, then you know that you might need some more hours. So I think between 6 to 8 hours, depending on the person. According to the doctors and all these people who study, they say 7-8 hours, but it varies, I guess. And the fourth thing, they get up early. I was reading something for Sharma. He wrote the book, the 5 hours club, where he recommended people wake up at 5 o'clock and do reading and exercising for an hour and a few things until 6 o'clock. And according to Mr. Sharma, it's like a lot of people, like he teaches billionaire and millionaire and sports people and movie stars. And according to him, I haven't really done that. I've done wake up early in the mornings a bunch of times, but I did not stick to it myself personally. But according to what I hear, that people really, really accomplish a lot. So it's a very good idea to do it. Now, I'm sure if you do some of these things, you'll be still successful, but this success measure in a certain way. But according to Sharma, 5 o'clock club is like you really accomplish a lot more and you tend to really enjoy life and everything else with it. So that is him. And then the other ones as set goals and review your goals. This is pretty good idea. Before you go to sleep, set your goals so that before you go to sleep, your subconscious mind can work on what you got to do the next morning, so you become more prepared to handle the task. Number 6, a lot of them do to-do list, which is the goals. It's probably you can mix them both together. So to-do list, so you don't miss things. And sometimes some people, like I learned something from Ivy Lee, one of the great managers. He said that you can write the most important things you gotta do tomorrow, and he named them like 6 most important things tomorrow, and start doing number 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you cannot do number 2, you have to jump somewhere else. You go back to number 1 until it's totally finished. He said you can build an empire using that system, and some empire have been built based on this system, like the Beit Lahab Steel Company. I heard that was built on that thing. The other thing the successful people do, number 7, I believe, is they read a lot. Read every day. They're saying reading is the greatest thing for the human mind. And I do read a lot. I read quite a bit actually, and I do a lot of research. But sometimes I miss days. I don't read every day. Although I read the internet every day. I read my, not books, but I read things online every day, yes, for sure. But they say read every day, so especially open a book, which I do quite a bit, but not every day. It doesn't hurt. I think it's great if you can do it every day or whatever you can. And it says low battery, I don't realize that, but anyway. And then number 8, avoid TV. TV is one of the biggest, maybe if you watch 1 hour a day and have half an hour a day or something, it might be a good idea, but avoid TV, avoid excessive TV. And I know some of the TV, sometimes they have good documentary and all that stuff, so we're not talking about that. We're talking about avoid the TV, the junk that you have on TV, because that will clutter your mind and will kind of poison your mind, really. So that's something I do avoid. I hardly watch TV these days. And number 9, network with other successful people. It's always, of course, network. This is like a no-brainer. When you network with successful people, they help each other, and you all become more successful. Number 10, they volunteer. They do some kind of volunteer work for other people. They help other people, and actually most of them do a lot of volunteers. Sometimes you'll be surprised at the successful people who are more giving. They really do a lot of volunteering. They do a lot of free things for other people, and so on. Number 11, they find mentors. I had to read this because I want to make sure that I don't forget anything. Mentors. Every successful person I met throughout my life have mentors. Not just one mentors. Most of them have more than mentors. And that's just like any sports, You find any sports like Michael Jordan and any big sports guys always have mentors. Somebody who's watching them, coaching, watching them and tell them how to move and what to do, because the mentors can really help you get to the next level. And next level and next level if you have them, because they see how you do things and they will help you move forward. And number 12, they seek feedback. They want to know how they're doing. They want to know how they're doing, which is true, because they cannot correct themselves. They know that most successful people, they want to work on themselves. They want to know where they go wrong so they can correct it. And because they're not perfect, but they want to be as perfect as humanly possible. So most of them want to know what goes wrong so they can work on it and they can correct it. And I believe finally, they seek feedback. I said that. And last one, 13, successful people never give up. This is very, very crucial. They never give up. No matter what happens, no matter what difficulties they face, when they have a goal, they focus on it and they never give up. Now, all these things are the habit of successful people. If you want to succeed in your life, you're perhaps already more successful than a lot of people, but there is always the next level. There is never higher level. No matter where you are in your life, I believe, no matter how successful you are, you might be successful in having a lot of money and having a lot of things going on, but something in your life that's not perfect. So there's always the next level to work on. I hope you like this. Thank you. Now, where do I stop it here?